about her
them big black panties.
Her big panties.
I was like, now, girl, at least you could have put on some white drawers or a thong or something, girl.
Hello, friends. We're back. We're Black and Curious. I'm Kendrin.
What up, what up? It is Deja, and how y'all doing, friends?
How are you all doing?
Baby.
Never been here before. Welcome. We do a cross-section of pop culture in real life. Today, we're talking about the mess. We're down to Bravo. We're talking about mess.
Yes. And sidebar, for those of you who have been with us for a little while, as we're coming back into season 3, a lot of our uploads will be mess. Some of the more heavier hitting things will probably start at the top of the year because we're sliding into holiday season. So we're going to do all the fluffy, fun, cute stuff. And maybe we'll have something serious here and there.
Yeah.
Now.
Married to Medicine?
Girl. So, I'm so mad. So there's a short that's coming up that you guys will see before this. But I was perusing and doing like live recording as I was watching the show live on Sunday night. And baby, the overwhelming sentiment for me is that relationship between Dr. G and Sweet Tea is disgusting. He is old enough to be her father.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you what I think that happened in that relationship.
Gold digger.
That wasn't where I was going. I think she has a very similar personality, albeit a little less something, less je ne sais quoi, if you will. But she has a similar personality as Quad. And I think what he did is he married Quad again. He married the same woman that he met the first time. Because I imagine that if Quad wasn't on TV, she would be more like Sweet Tea.
I don't know, because Quad is also like 41, 42 years old now. And I think, to your point, I agree with you that he just tried to remarry the same person in a different body. But I think the same person in a different body in the sense of the age and the mindset. That's what he was trying to remarry.
No, because, for sure. That's my part of what I'm saying is like, he wanted, wherever Quad was like her best for him, that's where he wanted to stick. So he just went and found somebody else that was in that exact same spot, which is probably about 30. She's 31. Right. That's probably when Quad was like doing the best. They were doing the best as a couple. She was doing the cooking and she was at home, and this is before she got on TV and like
before she even decided that there was things that she wanted to do with her life outside of being a housewife and potentially a mother. Like, I think that's one of those things that we kind of talked about before we were talking about Harlem, where we were talking about like deal breakers and whatnot. And with Megan Good's character being around 34-ish, 35-ish, and deciding at that point whether or not she wanted to have kids. I don't know if we knew that to be true. We assumed that she was supposed to be that old, right?
I thought she should have been older, but I think by the time we did math, that's where they wanted us to think she was.
So, but yeah, to that end, I think that Sweet Tea is at that age where she still thinks that, and she might very well want kids regardless, right? But like around 31, you really don't even know who the hell you are. You're still trying to figure that shit out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, to a great extent.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a fan of Sweet Tea. I think she is.
She's a very young 31-year-old. That's what I'll say.
Sure. That's not where I was going, but like she seems very like inexperienced in terms of like
Girl,
okay, as a person who has moved to multiple like major metropolitan areas after coming from Virginia, like the suburbs of Virginia.
Bro, we was out.
That's how I was when I first landed in Atlanta, but I was in my 20s.
That's what I'm
I mean,
saying. She's very young.
I wasn't that like outgoing about it, but like that's how I looked. Like the look wasn't all the way together. Like the whole vibe was not all the way together. It didn't curl over, and everybody knew immediately like, where are you from? That's where she gets me.
But the crazy thing about it is one of the snippets they was talking about how she came from DC. And
No,
so
she was
like
raised in Texas though. She might have lived in DC, but she gives me Texas
for sure. Texas down,
small
but
town girl.
it's giving but her coming from DC, that was the last place that she hailed from. Like that's where she was living.
Yeah.
So maybe she wasn't
Okay.
in DC long enough to like
Get polished and like get into the vibe. She's not into the vibe. Oh my god, when Phaedra went in there and was like said about her
them big black panties.
Her big panties.
I was like, now girl, at least you could have put on some white drawers or a thong or something, girl.
I was like, welcome to Married to Medicine, Phaedra. Oh my
like,
god, I missed you. Well, I missed her. I know Phaedra's a polarizing character.
Missed her too. Period. Dot.
She is my girl. Okay, lies and all. The lying is the funnest part about Phaedra to me. Like you be like, girl, yeah, why did you say that? That was just a lie, and we know it was a lie. You know it was a lie.
So what the thing that I do look forward to as we're skipping around this first episode a little bit, I look forward to Phaedra getting Heavenly all the way together.
Yes.
Because Heavenly is purposefully abrasive. I don't think that stuff is unintentional anymore. I think that she really sets out to haze the girls, and it's beyond the point of hazing. It's just like rude and nasty.
And she says like the most outlandish things, and I refuse to believe a woman that's that educated who is always on YouTube trying to sell a seminar, always like doing all the things, does not realize.
Girl. And the thing that really infuriates me further, and this was the thing that I had an issue with when she was in like season 2 or 3 of this show, is that she always want to holler about how she's a relationship coach. Girl, who wants to take advice from you when your relationships outside of the person you're married to is shitty?
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of people aspire to be in a marriage that, you know, is like that. So
yeah, but I like to me, you know that saying of like how you do one thing is how you do everything.
Yeah.
And I think that her relationship style is very similar with that mouth. She may not do it on camera because that might be an agreement. I could totally see that being an agreement between her and Daddy, as she calls him. You know what I'm saying? Like the don't embarrass me clause as it relates to the man side. Like you're not gonna talk to me crazy type stuff. Because the few times that she has got kind of like inched up close to how she speaks to the women on the cast, that she's done it to him, it was like dead silent, like I'm not gonna engage you on camera.
Yeah. I don't know if it's a camera thing, but he just seems like he's not getting ready to play with her.
As he should.
So
the hell?
It seems like and maybe she in her real life friendships, she behaves differently. Because I could see a world too where she would be like, I'm on a show, I'm making money, I'm here for a storyline. This shit don't really bother me one way or the other, so I'm gonna just say whatever.
I mean, to that end, yes, but she also has come out and said in previous seasons that she don't have no female relationships.
I mean, she had a hard upbringing, so I mean, I believe that. I'm just saying, yeah, relationships are different, and I don't know. She could be very different at home. I don't know.
I feel like what we see is what we get. What y'all think?
I would say I was really big into the introduction of Sweet Tea. The reason being is I felt like everybody was jumping on the bandwagon to like be in that situation, and I'm like, I know really it was Heavenly and Jackie that were Quad's friends, but nobody expressed any trepidation. Nobody expressed any like, this is weird. I mean, Dr. Jackie did when she went in the house. She was just like, I don't think I've been to this house without Quad. So like, this is strange to me. But she was the only one that really acknowledged like we have another friend, and we've been in this relationship with this friend, good, bad, and indifferent, for this long, and we're going to her old house, and there's a new lady there marrying her ex. Like, this is odd. And it was like everybody was just carrying on like this was the most normal thing in the world. And I was like, I don't know how to feel about this. This feels almost like a betrayal to Quad, because I was just like, I mean, I guess, and I know the husbands are still close to Dr. G, so that's how this all happens. But it's just like, I felt like maybe the husbands could have got together first and tried to, like, they could have eased that situation in. You know what I mean? Like, where the husbands kind of met up and were like, oh, you know, I'm dating, or oh, I'm engaged, and like, oh, I'd love to have y'all over. Like, the introduction was just like a bachelorette party. It's like, I don't know about that.
But I also feel like too that they started filming after these pseudo relationships have been established, because like as the scene where everybody was coming to Simone's house for couples night or whatever, they basically had all these photos of them hanging out and doing things together as a group.
Right.
So
in reality TV, they lie, they switch the timeline, they do all the things. So I just felt like for the audience, it was very abrasive. For me, it was very abrasive, and I felt betrayed on behalf of Quad.
It's just tacky.
And I just I just thought it was tacky, and it was just tasteless. And I was just like, this is weird. Like, I didn't feel good about it. Like, I wasn't excited to meet Sweet Tea. Like, I already had a, you know, preconceived notion about her. And like, you know, I think Quad is good television. I'm a Quad girly, so, you know.
To the pop culture piece of it all, there was some commentary around Sweet Tea when she was doing like this is my home tour or whatever, and that being the same exact house that Quad lived in. I don't know that I would be comfortable coming into a home that you had with your ex-wife, and then now I'm going to be filming a show and living in this house.
And a show that your ex-wife is still on. Like, it looks weird. It makes it look like you're just trying to like
you jumping to be on TV.
Or just jump in the mix, or is you just trying to be the same person as the ex. And it's like, I don't know. Her whole vibe about the situation is like, this is not the flex you think it is.
It's not. And it's awkward. It's very awkward.
To me,
and anyway. The fact that, so even down to the age group thing, everybody is a mismatch. Oh, one aside. So where I was going before I brought up the random people. Excuse me, this whole episode was just weird with like extras coming into the scenes. When I calculated the math, like literally Sweet Tea is old enough to be, Dr. Jackie is old enough to be Sweet Tea's mother, and you're in this friend group. That shit is weird.
Like, she's a lot of them. She's old enough to be, a lot of them are old enough to be her mom, even if it was like a young mom, at least an auntie.
Definitely aunties. Yeah. And then, she said that she calls, Jackie said that Sweet Tea calls her Auntie Jackie, Auntie J.
Yeah.
Which is cute and everything, but that is just, at 60 something.
Heavenly's oldest son is probably in his mid-20s.
Girl. It's just weird.
Children in their mid-20s as well. And Simone probably is old enough to be her mother. Like,
I think Jackie is the oldest and Simone is right behind her.
Yes, Simone is right behind her. Simone could be Sweet Tea's mom. So for her to just be like, it's just weird. It's a mismatch to me. I'm not into it. I don't like it. The only reason why I was kind of like, I guess this sells is because of Toya. Because Toya don't, she and Quad don't really vibe. And also Toya really
don't vibe with anybody.
Toya really wants to be young. So
but she's also, her and Quad should be the same age. You're right.
Early 40s. Early to mid.
Well, they in their mid 40s because I'm early 40s.
Early to mid.
One thing I'll tell y'all, I have been having a time with realizing that these people that we watch on these reality shows is my age. And I'm like,
every time I'm having that epiphany too when I watch stuff, and somebody will be like, oh, they'll say the age like mid 40s, and I'm just like, oh, and I'm like, oh. Like, that's right down the
And
street.
you bumbling it in my age group. Oh, this is
You
tacky.
up there.
Yo. Good Lord, I am choking, y'all.
So any other first initial takes on Married to Men? Excited about it? What are your thoughts?
I'm excited to see Phaedra, as we said before, we were like doing the Sunday brunches. Definitely excited to see not Phaedra, Lord, Phaedra on our televisions again. I feel like this season is going to be an interesting one.
It is. It is.
And I also think that Dr. G and them ain't going to be there next season.
No. I don't even know if they're still going to be married next season.
If they make it to get, did they get married already?
I think
they
so.
might. I think we get to see the part of the wedding. You right. They do get married.
We're gonna see. So let us know. Drop down in the comments. Let us know what you think about Married to Men if you watched the premiere. And we're gonna keep watching, child, and we'll be back with our thoughts and our takes. And in the meantime, like, comment, subscribe, and we will catch you next time.
Peace out, friends.